Hello and welcome to the October 2013 Kula Yoga Shala teacher feature interview. Thank you so much, Sam, Ellis, for carving out some time on feels like the first day of fall. Sunday morning here at Kula. So much great energy flowing around the space today, and so happy to be sitting down with you, man. And want to give everybody first just a sense of your classes when you teach. Sam teaches 2 classes at Kula. First one is Sunday morning, 9 a.m. It's a beach yoga class, which is just north of the Reef Club. And the other one is Monday morning, 10 a.m. in Studio B, alignment-based Hatha Yoga. So thanks so much, Sam. Welcome. And could we start just by you giving some people a little bit of a sense of your background with how you found your way onto a yoga mat and its evolution to ultimately becoming a teacher?
Yeah. I've always been a pretty active person, very active in sports and real active jobs. So been involved in custom home construction for like 10 years almost, and so that's kept me very active in using my body. And even as a kid, I was always standing on my head and doing all kinds of crazy things, having fun with it. So when I was introduced to yoga, it really just felt like I was coming home. It made a lot of sense. So I was introduced by a friend that was offering me solutions for back pain. And I was living on the island of Maui and giving my friend a ride every morning. As I went to work, I would pick him up hitchhiking. And he said he was going to practice yoga, and I said, oh, that's cool. It's not for me, but that's cool. And he was noticing that I was kind of shifting around in my seat and having a little discomfort. So he said, well, if you gave me some tips on how to just engage my core and really begin to get to know my body a little more, and then begin to realign what's out of alignment. So it started to work, and I still use a lot of those things to this day when I'm driving or when I'm thinking about how I should handle myself. So that was just the beginning. I went and I started taking the class that he was going to, and it was fascinating. I did it for a month, and it was fun, but it wasn't really the lineage that I really didn't jive with. And probably 6 months later, a friend introduced me to just a vinyasa style that was influenced by Ashtanga. And so it's more of a challenging practice and more of a traditional style. And it really clicked, I guess. So it started to make sense with the way my body moves and my understanding of the connection between my body and my heart and my mind. So that all started to make sense. And on the island of Maui, I was surrounded by a beautiful community, part of an awesome community of Anusara instructors. So the practice that I've done has been heavily immersed in Anusara, which is really focused on community of the heart, much like Kula here, and alignment principles, so building a strong foundation and drawing into that foundation, and then in order to expand.
Beautiful. So just so I'm clear, so it was more of like a background in Vinyasa, Ashtanga, etc. is where you got started, and then that evolved into, would you say just like a deeper refinement?
It was just a couple classes in vinyasa.
It awakened that connection to the practice for you.
And then I got involved in the Anusara community. So it's been Anusara pretty much for the last 6 years.
Very cool. And then you made the big leap, the Hanuman leap from Maui to Florida.
I landed here in South Florida, and I was really searching for a place to call home and to connect with that community of people that see and utilize yoga as a lifestyle as well as a class to go to once or twice a week. So that's what I was connected to in Hawaii, and that's what I was really craving here. So I was going from studio to studio, searching, looking for that connection, and I know that I found it when I came to Kula and I met Scott.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, and we became buddies long before I took the teacher training. So I found a true friend and really began to get to know the other teachers and people that are part of this community, and started to embrace the thought and the concept of being a teacher and taking my practice, taking the love and the understanding that I have in the teaching that I've received from very prominent teachers, and putting it to work instead of just being someone who shows up to classes every now and then goes home. I found myself teaching people outside of the yoga class all the time.
It's like you became a teacher before teacher training.
Completely.
Like just
I've been teaching
coming out of you. So how's it going now that, I mean, because you finished teacher training
in
June, right? Yeah, so, and it's now almost October. And when did you start teaching? Was it July, or it was pretty soon, right after? Yeah?
I graduated on a Saturday and I started on...
It was like on Monday, that's right, I remember that.
So
okay, so it's like a record. So how's it going so far?
It's great.
How would you describe teaching yoga?
How would I describe teaching yoga? For me personally, that's a good question.
I just want to get to like what lights you up about it. Like where's your passion in it?
For me personally, it's expressing something that's very ingrained in me and very natural for me. The understanding of how the body works and the connection to your own spirit and your soul and the spirit that surrounds us and binds us all together. And teaching allows me to give other people, other students, the opportunity to connect to that as well. So that's the biggest thing. And the fact that I get to teach alignment-based yoga is a bonus. So if I could teach any type of yoga, I'd be happy. But the fact that I get to go deep into the foundational elements of the practice is beautiful.
Right, it's just kind of like you're in awe of your own experience.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing.
That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. And in terms of maybe just, since we only have like a minute left or so, I just wanted to see if you would maybe share with people anything that you think is important for them to consider if they're just, figuring out what their yoga practice is all about.
Well, there's beauty in diversity. That's what I see all the time. So everybody is drastically different. Every body is shaped differently. Everybody moves differently. So in my classes, I really encourage people to find their own range of motion, drawing from a solid foundation. So that's the beautiful thing, and that's what this physical yoga practice does for us, is gives us a space to try that out, see how your range of motion is, see how your body feels and how it works. And then on the flip side, we get to connect more to how our mind works, and really begin to distill that and cultivate this sense of connectedness and peace and strength.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much, man. Namaste.